This is a video that I really wanted to get out there. It's not going to be some fantastic gameplay or anything like that, but I wanted to show what it looks like when A, having a bad game, and B, how to sort of stay calm and try to dig out of that hole.
Coming to our right.
The first thing that you're supposed to do when you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging
Pushing in now.
and put your shovel down. The next thing is look for a way out. You're going to see some stuff in this video where I just am not making good decisions. You can see I'm not challenging correctly. I should have pushed the guy on the flag instead of trying to snipe him twice. I had time to push him and I didn't. Things like that. In the next couple clips you're going to see that
Oh, he's two
I'm out of
yellow.
position, I make bad peaks,
Oh, he probably
and I'm
got
just kind of
reason.
getting destroyed, to be quite honest. My teammates are playing well, they're really carrying me on this one through the first half of the game, through most of the game, honestly. They both played really well. And it's important, I think, to look at these games, not just the games that we play well, but I like to look at the games, unfortunately, that I play
And
badly
Nate
and
has
try to
one
learn from it.
absolute.
So a
Yeah,
couple things to
yeah,
think about.
Nate is
Number one, how to recognize that we're starting to play badly.
just stay in the
Obviously, you
corner.
can look at the scoreboard, see that you're not getting any kills. That's what I did. I wasn't getting kills. I was dying a lot. I was constantly getting
Yeah,
picked.
facing you, Phil.
Wasn't in good positions, etc. One of the first things I try to do is I try to communicate with my team right away and let them know, hey, I'm having a rough go, and this is a struggle. I'm really sucking it up right here. I'm trying to do something different, but I'm struggling. Try to take some deep breaths, do a little bit of quick breathing exercise. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, hold, repeat, and try to calm down. Again, just stupid peaks like this one right there that we just saw. I'm watching this back as I'm narrating and recording this audio, and just, yeah, stupid plays. You're going to see my teammate res me, and I remember this play. I
Oh,
just
he's
make
in
a
tunnel.
terrible play. I jump up instead of going with my teammate and helping him. I make just a terrible play here. Overly aggressive, had no idea what's going on. So we go down 1-3 in a game. This is against a very good team as well. These guys aren't pushovers at all. They were definitely beating us here, and we started pulling it back. My team and I start communicating a bit more. I start moving around. I get a bit of my confidence back. Standing up is also a really helpful thing. In this round right here, hitting that snipe, I remember that instant that snipe hit, and I was like, okay, we can win this game. And we just started pushing, and we just start going from here. And there's little moments like that where it turns. So first step is recognizing that we're in a bad spot. Second step is communicating the fact that we're having a tough time to our teammates and hoping that they can help us out. The nice thing about running with a solid team and players that you're familiar with, friends that you play a lot with, is that you can really all help each other get out of that funk. And if one person is having a tough time, the other two people usually are able to step up and help carry the weight of the game. Side note, this is also one of the things that makes doing carries really tough. And when I say carries, I don't mean this in a derogatory way or as a pejorative. I really mean this as in, doing Sherpas and helping people who don't play a lot of Crucible and don't play much Trials. It's really tough because when we're doing a Sherpa, we can just never have a bad game. If I have a bad game like this when I'm trying to do a Sherpa, we are just going to take an L. We are going to lose that game 9.5 times out of 10
Said
usually.
round one and then switched to
That's the really tough part. Now, when I'm playing in what I call a stacked, or with a solid team of people who regularly are playing Crucible and playing Trials and Comp multiple times a week, or at least every week, and playing at high levels of such, the difference is that I can suck, and hopefully my teammates can help me out until I get unsucking.
got one on stairs.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about is just slowing down and realizing that, hey, sometimes just running into people who are just gonna shit on me. And my teammates and I were talking about that this weekend, is that you run into games, and this map brought it out, where people are just gonna be destroying you sometimes. And sometimes it's the tactic that I'm using, sometimes it's the weapons, the loadout, whatever it is, sometimes it just doesn't work. You can see that almost every round of this game I've had really poor decision making, I've had terrible positioning. My shots have not really been on point. I think I can count 2 rounds where I played well out of the 6 that have been shown so far. And here we are, we're tied.
Nice snipe.
We brought this back. Actually, technically, we played 7 rounds, so I think I have 2 good rounds out of 7, which is just not what you want to be.
Pushing, pushing.
This is a really huge play right here. I love this sequence. We're going to look at this from my angle, and then we're going to look at it from Bob's angle. He was streaming. Check him and myself out on Twitch. I'll link those in the description. Look at this play. He fusion rifles him. He goes into the tether, fusion rifles, and gets the win. And at this point, I'm just telling myself, hey, I'm not gonna let my teammates down and lose this game. No way. Look at this play. And that's pretty much it. So this is the last round coming up. And again, it's important to just recognize we don't always have good games. I'm not a god tier player, of course, obviously, but I am an above average player. And I know that I am able to beat a lot of teams, and with my own teammates, we're able to beat a lot of teams that can be difficult for people to beat. And I get frustrated too, like everybody. I get upset. I get upset that I'm not playing well. I get frustrated, and it's important to just try not to tilt during the game. And if you need to take 5, 10, 15 minutes after the game, a lot of times that's better. Take some deep breaths, figure your shit out, and just do your best to calm. You can see I finally decided to land a snipe. I made, again, a poor decision there. I should have just sidearmed him. I should not have gone for the laser. And my teammates are there to clean it up and to cover for me. Really, really awesome. And that's it. That is how to keep your cool, get carried by your teammates, and complete a 1-3 comeback. And a tough match.